So funny, I was at the gym today. I was having an argument. I won't say argument. I can't call it an argument. I was talking to somebody who was having a discussion about the Lions, and I actually found somebody that shared the same sentiment as me about Terrion Arnold. He didn't really care for Rackstraw. I like Rackstraw. Uh, Whatever his name, Ringstraw, I like him. But he didn't know he had switched back to the inside, the outside. Yeah, he ain't no inside guy. But yeah, man, I was he was kind of showing me some clips he had on X. His name was Trent, man. He was showing me some clips that he had on X about Terrion shutting down Terry McLaurin. And Terry McLaurin in the playoff game is one of the, one kind of low key, one of my favorite corner receivers. Um, I know he went to the University of Hoe ass nigga state. I know, but I love Terry McLaurin, man. He's a phenomenal. And I was kind of telling people last year that, I know people didn't believe me that Terrion Arnold was pretty good, bro. You know, he got the what you call it? He got the reputation for being for PI and holding, but in a normal league, in a regular league where everything how it used to be, that's good football. You kind of see with the face guard, they kind of call the face guard when they want to call it, depending on the person. You know what I'm saying? But his stats was really really good last year, man. I mean, he played the most man coverage in the league. I think he only allowed 4 touchdowns. And towards the end of the year, Justin Jefferson, Terry McLaurin, he really was the guy they looked for, especially when Carlton Davis got up out of there. But check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. And I think when Carlton Davis, he got up out of there, when he got up out of there, I think a lot of people was like we was doing, man. People forget it. Meek Roberts really, he got his contract with the Lions. He cut his teeth with that contract. He cut his teeth with that contract for what he did on the outside, especially when he had that magnificent interception on Christian Watson. When he was playing with the Raiders, and obviously Watson played for the Packers. But so they had good backups. But Terrion Arnold, man, I seen some things from him last year and what they asked him to do. And I didn't know he was fairly new to safety, the corner neither. The guy let me know he was new to the cornerback position. He was predominantly a safety. And they must have seen he had the athletic ability. So he ain't a lifetime corner, but neither was what's the dude from Trayvon Diggs. He wasn't. He was like a receiver or something. So Alabama, they like to convert corners and shit to whatever. What was the dude that was from Michigan? I think he was a corner and they converted him to running back, or was he a running back converted to corner? Remember back in the day, Justin Ferguson? I used to like him. He transferred out of there, but his name was something. I think it was Justin Ferguson. It was something Ferguson for sure. But yeah, I think a lot of people don't know how good Terrion Arnold is, dude. I watched him last year. It was quiet when he made great plays. And I know, usually you only see the corners when it's the highest of the highest, the lowest of the low. You don't see the in-between plays. He kind of gave a touchdown up and get in the first game with Minnesota, where I think he blew his containment. But either you see them blowing assignment or getting beat, or they getting a big play or big interception or a pick. It's really, it's never in between. It's only in between when another corner talking about how well they played, or when they looking at somebody's else. They looking at somebody how he's shutting down receivers. So I think he played very well last year. I think you about to see him really. I think in reality, he is probably going to be the Lions' #1 corner this year. I know DJ Reed is the #1 corner on paper. That was Carlton Davis last year. But I think at some point this year, and I don't think it's going to be through injury. Hope it's not. I think it's going to be through play. He's going to be getting the #1 corners with his receivers. I mean, he followed Justin Jefferson. He followed Terry McLaurin. He's following people playing the man-to-man coverage. He got the size. He got the athleticism. I think they got a star. I think that's the one guy nobody talking about. I think the people that go underappreciated that play really, really well. I think Anazoni got his appreciation because he was gone and people see how good he was, and I think he'd get his money. He deserves it. But on the flip side of it, On the flip side of it, I think what's the old buddy's name? Jack Campbell is really, really good. And I think people don't talk about how well Jack Campbell is, but Terrion Arnold, don't be surprised if he don't break out and beat him this year. I think that's what you're gonna see. Not scared to tackle. Obviously, if you're a safety, you better know how to tackle. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're in that box and you're the last line of defense. That's why they call it safety. I think what y'all about to see from Terrion Arnold is about to be special this year. I think it really started after the first half of last year. Nobody really talked about it, but it really started the first half of last year. After the first half, after that start he had, and I think y'all about to see that jump. I think the jump will already be made. I think y'all really about to see a star. Y'all gonna be like, well, we've seen the star being born before our eyes. He started to manifest. That started to manifest last year. That started. He about to hit the hell out this car. But that started to manifest last year, and I think what people gonna start to see is that they gonna see the product. They ain't gonna remember the process. They gonna see the product, and the product is gonna be fantastic next year. I think remember he started off the season. He got injured in training camp. Him and Rackstraw both got injured. He thugged it out. You know, he thugged it out. So, but yeah, I think he, at some point next year, he gonna be the guy. That's the number one guy. You gotta remember, DJ Reed ain't a big guy. He's not a big guy. He's 5'9" guy, but that kind of worked for you too. When you kind of getting up under those bigger receivers, Meek Roberts not a vertically tall guy, but when you able to get up under those wide receivers, that's how you really get that leverage. Kind of similar to like guys like John Randall being shorter and Warren Sapp being shorter on the offensive line, on the defensive line. You able to get that leverage up under Aaron Donald, up under the offensive lineman. You able to get that leverage. When you're able to get that leverage, it's a different ball game. So everybody think taller is better. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. You able to get that leverage, get up under that guy, you able to drive him back. It's hard for them to get their hands on you. So when you shooting, when a receiver's shooting off that ball, and that short guy, he don't have the long stride, he able to chop his legs, and he able to get his hands on you. It's gonna be hard to press. So being shorter corners have their the advantages too, nobody talk about. But with these, mammoth for receivers, 6'4", 6'6", people don't think about it. Go look at that interception that Meek had on Christian Watson when he played for the Raiders. Shit didn't matter. Meek, you'd have thought he was 6'6". But hey, check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit on notification, Christian Chance notification. We go live and drop video. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Peace.